Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel once again for something a little bit different here, guys. Oh, what a sound that is. It's just outright rude and naughty to talk over that, isn't it? My God, is that just not the greatest sound in sim racing? So anyway, guys, I digress. Back to the video. So yeah, like I said at the start there, before we were beautifully interrupted by the sound of that RSI, we are back on Assetto Corsa. Believe it or not, it's been actually around about a year since we last played Assetto Corsa. And sadly, I have to admit, it was a game I removed from my hard drive and never actually got round to putting back on again because of getting involved in R-Factor 2 and iRacing as well. You know, they take up a lot of time, and it was just something I never got back round to doing, mainly because I had hundreds after hundreds, possibly even thousands of, well, maybe not thousands, but certainly more than 300 mods, cars, tracks, audio, anything, quality of life, visual mods, you name it, I had it installed on my old Assetto Corsa. So what I thought today, seeing as lockdown is upon us once again and I didn't have any work, is I've gone back and reinstalled Assetto Corsa, an old favourite. And I figured what I'm going to do is I'm going to, on a fresh install, I'm going to redo my content manager, custom shaders patch, and the absolutely incredible Sol 2.0 by Peter Bose. So that'll be the first things we're going to do today in today's video. But I think then moving forward, what we'll do is we'll gradually start building up all the mods again. So sound mods, graphic mods, everything. So be prepared to see hundreds of mods because they are all so incredible in this game. So today, guys, what I figured we'd do for the very first steps, we're gonna go through a quick walkthrough here after installing the game again fresh. So I'm going to show you guys how to and where to download a few essentials to get you started. So just before we crack on with that, guys, don't forget, if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. That will help the channel out massively. So the first one we're going to grab here is Content Manager. The link for that one will be below in the video description, as will all the other links that will be required. Obviously, if you've already got Content Manager, then just ignore this piece of the video. This won't be at all relevant. So if you scroll all the way to the bottom of the page here, you can download a light version, which is completely free. Or, of course, if you want to support the team, you can donate a small amount of money to them, which will unlock the full program, which, to be honest with you, is worth every single penny anyway. So the next one we're going to head over to is the Custom Shaders Patch website. So again, guys, the link for that one is down the bottom in the video description. So once you're on this page, the latest version there will always be at the top. Currently it's 1.69. But it might be different for you when you're viewing this one, so pay attention to that one. But the recommended version at the minute is 1.6. Now, the only thing that means is it's been extensively tested with various mods and various versions. But I'm being the guinea pig here for you guys today. I'm going to get the 1.69 version. Right, the next one we need to do is to head over to Race Department. Again, the links are down below in the description. So here we're going to be downloading the latest version of Sol 2.0. I think it's 2.01, the actual version. That will obviously change depending on when you view this video and click the link. But it is essentially going to be Sol version 2 point something. So the download link is at the top right here. You might have to create an account if you don't see the link. It is free. It doesn't cost anything. But let's say you just need to sign up to the website to get that link. So we're now ready to start installing the files. So we're going to start with Sol 2.0. So if we find the downloaded file, and if we extract that into its own folder, and open that up. open up the mods folder. You'll see a bunch of PDFs there, so there's a really comprehensive guide there on setting up Sol if you need some reference material. But just for now, we're going to go and open the Sol 2.0 folder. Right, the first thing you want to do when we're here is to copy this sol uninstall.bat file. What we're going to do is we're going to find our Assetto Corsa directory. So D drive, well, mine is the D drive, Steam library, Steam apps, common, Assetto Corsa, and we're just going to paste that sol uninstall.bat file into here. Now I've already got a version in there, so it'll probably say, do you want to replace the file, which it has done. So I don't mind replacing that, that's fine. Obviously if you're doing it for the first time, you won't get that. Now we want the 4 folders from the sol directory. So if we just copy those. Like so. And paste them into the Assetto Corsa folder. And again, if it says it needs to overwrite any files, then just go ahead and replace. And that's Sol 2.0 installed. So once you've got your files downloaded and prepared there, we're just going to open up Content Manager for the first time. This is actually the first time that I'm launching it right now, so this will appear very vanilla. There's not going to be too much extra in there just yet. These are all the default cars in Assetto Corsa. Those are all the default tracks. Miscellaneous. I'm just going to quickly go through here. We might as well create this mod folder while we're here. So if you are doing Content Manager for the first time, you might as well go ahead and do that. The mod section is essentially where you're going to be finding all of your mods that have been installed into the game. So you'll see them there in the mod section, but we'll touch on that in another video. So let's have a look at the Custom Shaders Patch tab. As you can see, we haven't installed ours yet. So what we need to do now is go back to our Custom Shader Patch file that we downloaded. And all we can simply do here is just minimize that. We'll drag that across and drop that into Content Manager. You'll probably see that for the first time. So if you just go to the top there, go down to your downloads and just click install. And as you'll see, Content Manager will automatically install all of the custom shader patch files. So it shouldn't take too long to do. As you can see, the progress bar is moving pretty quickly there. It's only a matter of 5 or 10 seconds to install all those. All right, there we go. So shader patch has been installed, patch version 1.69. Obviously this page here, we can check for updates. We can install a version manually, or we can delete the patch or reinstall the current version, all of that sort of good stuff inside the Custom Shaders Patch tab. I'm just trying to find Lighting FX. There we go. So when you install it for the first time, you just need to check the brightness is at 100%. Sometimes it doesn't set that correctly, and I'm just trying to remember. Yeah, so if you come down to the Weather FX, then just check that we've got the Sol weather script selected. And the controller script should be on Sol as well. So what I've done, guys, is I've just cut a little chunk of the video out there. All I've done is set my video settings up for my triple screen. You can see the settings that I've got there. It's not really important. It's not relevant to this video. But obviously, this is the first time I'm running Assetto Corsa today, so that all had to be set up for the first time. So I'm just going to jump in here now. We're just going to run a little practice. I just want to make sure Sol 2.0 is working correctly and the custom shader patch. So we're just going to set up something very simple here. Just going to run the Porsche 911 GT3 RS. We're going to use Spa. We're going to use real conditions. That's all fine. So real conditions will mimic what the actual conditions are at Spa right now. It seems to think we've got light snow It's a little bit cold. It's 0 degrees. Obviously, we can untick real conditions, and then we can change the time of day to suit, as well as the weather. If you wanted to do that, you can just hit the drop down there under the weather tab, go down to Sol, and these are all the Sol presets, which are all included there with 2.0. As you can see, there's a good 20 odd there, 25 different settings. You can adjust the temperature of the track. I think that's a track temperature. That might be air temperature. I'm not too sure. Wind, mess around with all that. Wind direction if you really, really have to. But for the purpose of this test, we're just going to set real conditions and let it deal with whatever it is in the real life. So let's go. The moment of truth, everybody. The first time we're launching it with the Sol 2.0 and the custom shader patch. So hopefully this goes to plan. Okay, here we go. So I'm just recording this on my center screen at the minute. We're not using the GoPro or anything like that, so I'm just literally capturing my middle monitor. Right, okay, it looks as if I've actually accidentally ticked these Sol application tabs in Content Manager, so I'll get rid of those. I'll explain these in a minute in detail. We're just going to move them over to my left monitor for the time being, just so we don't get confused. So let's just drive this Porsche into an area where we can get a good look at the effects of the weather change. And as you can see, it is a little bit white, it is a little bit snowy. Obviously you're not seeing any snow because we haven't installed the mods to show the snow falling yet, but that will be another video, I'm sure. So we're just going to park this one up just here. Let's get out of the car so we can have a good look. Our beautiful Porsche. I mean, the game is already looking a hell of a lot better just by using the post-process filter, the Sol. I mean, the lighting is just beautiful. It's so incredible, the work that these guys have done. Let's pull these back on screen here. Let's pan this around just so we get a good view of the sunset in the distance. So this tab down here, or should I say this window down here, we can change the Sol weather effects on the fly. All we need to do is just tick these various settings, and you'll see the clouds roll in. Absolutely brilliant. All these clouds move real time. They are completely random in the patterns that they form. There's a nice fog effect here. I'm led to believe that the fog has been really improved, and I can already tell you straight away, oh my goodness, yeah, that looks fantastic. Absolutely brilliant that looks. One that I do want to look at is I do want to check out the thunderstorm as well, because apparently now you hear the thunder and you also hear the wind in the background. Well, actually I'm already hearing the wind here. I've just selected windy there, and you can see the trees moving there, swaying more in the wind. You can hear it in the distance. Let me just tick heavy thunderstorms. Oh wow, look at that. How epic is that? Oh, nice. Lightning reflection there in the windscreen. So all of these audio effects, I believe, weren't in the Sol build previously. I think these are a recent addition. I'm sure somebody can correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section. It's pretty cool to see that, or to hear that as well. Okay, that's enough of that. That's quite loud. Let's go back to a few clouds. So yeah, it looks as if everything's working quite nicely. Oh, and this one up the top here as well. This is a part of the Sol config as well. What we can do here is we can change the time of day. So it might be cool to have a look at some sunsets as well. So what we do is we can change the month. So let's go to summer. That looks nice and... oh, that looks beautiful. Look at that. Look at the lighting on that. what a difference this makes. So we've moved that on to June. Let's just get rid of these few clouds. There we go. So we're at June here. What's that? 2:45. We can change the time. That's adding 6 hours to time right through the night. Moon comes down. Everything is just absolutely fantastic. Look at it. So 8:40 in the morning. Now let's just speed it on a little bit. Let's have a look, see what the sunsets look like. I would imagine the sun would go down at 8:30, 9 o'clock, I guess, in June. There we go. Oh, look at that. Look at that horizon. Look at the blues and the oranges. Oh, it's beautiful. And I think let's forward on a little bit more. I think the lights come on automatically around the circuit. There we go. How cool is that? What a piece of work. Absolutely fantastic. Peter Bowes and everyone that's involved in this. Absolutely incredible work. So let's just roll it back a little bit. So you get the idea anyway. Highly customizable. This is all part of the Sol and the custom shader patch, which allows us to do this. Yeah, really impressive stuff. But anyway, I digress. Right, back inside the car. Let's have a little look, see what it looks like in here. I mean, the detail on the dash is fantastic, isn't it? You know, the lighting effect coming across the circuit there. Really impressive stuff. So I think what we'll do is we'll jump out of this now. I think we're going to hook the GoPro up and we're going to take the car for a spin and see what it looks like when we're actually in the cockpit racing. So there we go, guys. That just about wraps up today for the first video there on Assetto Corsa and what I would class as probably 2 or 3 of the most essential mods to get you started. So hopefully those have helped you out somewhat, just seeing how to do that and where to get them from. And the good news is everything seems to be working fine so far, touch wood. So we're going to play with those for a day or two, just to make sure everything's okay. And then I think we'll slowly start introducing more mods, getting some cool single player content out, because there are so many challenges in the game. So it might be cool to sort of do some of those challenges and have a look at how much we can improve the overall experience, you know, of everything in the game, because it is absolutely phenomenal what you can do in this game with mods. So I hope you look forward to watching that in the future. I hope you've enjoyed today's video. And of course, once again, thank you for taking your time out of your day to watch this one. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.